Wildly popular podcaster Joe Rogan has made a bold claim regarding lead poisoning's effect on the intelligence of Americans. Rogan, 55, was in conversation with comedians Shane Gillis, Mark Normand, and Ari Shaffir on his podcast show, The Joe Rogan Experience. Last week, during the discussion, Rogan made a shocking declaration about how lead poisoning affects intelligence in Americans, noting a large IQ decline among half of the population in the 20th century. Within the 1991 episode, Rogan shared some alarming information about how Americans reportedly lost IQ points in the early 1920s, when lead was first added to gasoline in what was an effort to help keep car engines running smoothly. Adding lead turned into a complete disaster as it spread and contaminated society. The podcaster passionately expressed how he feels the horrific effects of lead paint are f'd up. He said, "They used to use lead paint until they realized kids were getting really stupid." He took his point further, noting the negative effects of lead-infused gasoline on communities, saying, "Did you know that leaded gasoline, before they made unleaded gasoline, lowered everyone's IQ in cities?" Rogan's mind-blowing statement really surprised his guests as they stood speechless, adding fuel to their shock. He continued, "Lead poisoning, like literal lead poisoning, from the sky, because those cars, they would put off blue FCKING powder fumes out of the back of it. It was all awful." While searching for evidence of the extent of the damage, he came across an article headlined, "Lead exposure in the last century shrank IQ scores of half of Americans." What Rogan found was based on a study showing that over 800 million cumulative IQ points were lost by Americans since the 1940s because of lead-infused gasoline. Those exposed to leaded gas suffered from lead-related health problems, including sped-up brain aging. As the Joe Rogan Experience has remained one of the most popular podcasts for more than a decade, some of his episodes are bound to ruffle some feathers with a host as opinionated as Rogan. Rogan has gotten into his fair share of arguments with guests, often creating awkward or intense moments on the show. The U.S. Sun recently listed some of Rogan's most heated arguments over the years.